And we're back with another episode of the Real Estate Corner. I'm Jenna Brooks.
Good morning. I'm Nathan.
And today, what do we have, Nate?
Well, we've got a few things. It's been a busy start to the year, and the spring market is in full bloom. Full bloom, and it's fun. It's nice to be out there, out and about, and it's an active market. But that said, we are still coming across some interesting situations. I found myself in one this week.
Okay.
We all know that it's okay to work outside of your respective territories, but if you are going to, march down the highway into an uncharted territory, so to speak, as a professional, here's a really good opportunity for you to just take it one step further. If I'm going to go down to Toronto or Guelph or wherever it may be, if I feel that's my desire, I'm going to go the next step and make sure that I know how am I going to gain access to these houses. Mm-hmm. Not all the lock boxes are the same. It happened this week. I was there with my client, 11:30, 20 after, an out-of-board realtor shows up with their buyers. 10 minutes left remaining. Oof. And she doesn't have access to our lockbox. She turns to me and says, "Can you let me in?"
Oh, no.
You know what I said? Do better.
Okay, my example of a do better here, this happened a couple of years ago. Also a bit of a similar situation in that out-of-town realtor didn't have access to our board. He calls me up about 10 minutes prior to his showing, can't access the property. Now, of course, I am working on behalf of my sellers and I want the house to be shown. So I boogie on down to the property and I show his clients, he wasn't even there.
Ouch.
I show his clients the property. Long story short, they end up buying the house. Okay, great. Everybody's happy. It's a long closing. It's actually 120 days.
Did they buy through you or through their realtor?
No, they bought through their realtor.
All
so
right.
He did do the paperwork without seeing the house. And so 120-day close. I follow up 30 days prior to closing to make sure that everything is in order on his side of things. Yes, Jenna, we are good to go, yada, yada, yada. Okay, fine. Fast forward, it is now Friday. Friday before closing, which was supposed to happen on the Monday. On the Friday, I get word that they don't have their financing in order. The property is supposed to close on Monday. The financing is not in order. Okay, there are just so many situations here, so many examples here where this agent could do better. One especially was, I'm representing the seller, so I don't think that this property is going to close. I call the lawyer. I find out what are all the things that we can do here without overstepping. And sure enough, I cultivate some backup offers, Nate.
Well done.
Of course. I know that this property is not going to close. My sellers have already moved into their purchase property, so this is going to be sitting there. I get some backup offers, and not only do I get backup offers, I'm able to sell it for more money.
Why not? More
money. Everybody's happy on my side of things, but of course, this guy is not. He goes behind my back and tries to get me in trouble. Nope, not gonna happen. He can just do better, okay? Thank you.
So many things were wrong with that story.
So many things. Yeah. Okay, at the end of the day, you got to make sure that your clients are ready to go well above or well ahead of things, because you can't leave things to the last minute, Nate.
Not at all. You were hustling and he was sitting.
I hope he does better. All right, guys, take care.